Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of the Burnout. I am Kimberly Grace Bowman, the official fan reporter for the number 24 Chase Elliott for NASCARFemale.com. And of course, tonight is my co-host Emily Luther is with me, also the author for the 21 Ryan Blaine. And also joining us tonight for the first time on Google Hangout is Nicole. Hello, Nicole. Welcome again. All
Hi.
right. So, where to begin? And also joining us back for the first time on Google Hangout is Nicole. Hello, Nicole. Welcome again. What was that? All
Hi.
right.
That was really weird. I thought I was the only one hearing that.
No, I heard it too.
I
That
heard it
was
too.
weird.
Did it stop?
Yeah, I don't hear anything
I'm
now.
not hearing it anymore either.
Okay.
Cool.
Weird to hear myself like that. Anyway. All right. So first of all, this past weekend at Bristol afforded us with a lot of action. Well, not very much at first due to the rain yet again, which played a factor. And actually resulted in some pretty good racing. What do you guys think?
I was a pretty good race. I mean, for me, my drivers didn't do too well, so it wasn't that exciting for me personally. But in general, yeah, I'd say it was a pretty good race. I think putting the stuff on the bottom groove of the racetrack really helped a lot. It was nice to see two grooves again, even though it kind of wore off a little bit. I still think it improved things significantly. It was a good choice.
And we also had several kind of underdogs, if you will, that had top 10, so that was kind of neat to see.
Oh, Chris Buescher cracking off a top five.
Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah,
Where did that come from?
exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good race.
Mhm.
I am disappointed with the outcome, obviously.
What a run.
If you would have seen, I don't know if anyone saw my tweets, but Kayla responded to them and she's like, "Don't leave Twitter. We like to hear what you say." I'm like, I need to get off Twitter so I don't say something I'm gonna regret real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, Emily ain't going to be happy.
I actually screamed like a slew of cuss words, and our neighbors, like, I swear to God, they heard me because there was no way they didn't.
Mhm.
And I thought for sure I could write an article this week that the title was Comeback, but turns out not quite.
Just wasn't a good weekend for any of us, apparently.
It was so disappointing with Ryan too because Ryan's Virginia car was awesome. I was so
Oh yeah,
sad.
not only that, but Ryan has won at Bristol before, so that's a track that I think he could get his first cup win at.
He needed points too. He really needed the points.
I know. I was like, well, there goes that.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
gained
I'm better
points in the
thanks
Rookie of
you.
the Year standings, though. I don't know how that happened.
He what?
Yeah,
Gained points in Rookie of the Year. He used to be at 194, but now he's at 200. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, I don't know either.
I was reading actually that if two of our rookies, which is for sure about two of our rookies, will make it to the chase, I'm pretty sure, it's not final, but that's looking like it, that would be kind of history making. We never had that happen before. Denny Hamlin, back in the day, he was the first rookie, I think, to make it into the chase.
Yeah.
And he was only one, though, so we could have two, maybe even three. Slight chance there, but I mean, definitely probably two that will be in the chase.
Yeah. I could see Ryan maybe still squeezing his way in with a win. I mean, it's definitely there. They just have to hit the right
If
time
there's
and
a
the
track
right
he's going to do it at, it's going to be Michigan after how well he ran in June.
Yeah. Well, I could see him probably doing pretty well at Darlington. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could see him doing well there. I mean, even Richmond. I mean, it really could be anywhere. He's not. I don't really see him only succeeding on one type of track. He does pretty well across the board.
It's really stressful. Like, it is literally, like, the most stressful situation I've been in since I graduated college. Like, I can't.
But to bring up, I mean, maybe a controversial question here. Do y'all think rookies should be in the chase?
If they earn it, I don't have.
Absolutely. Kimberly, you and I have talked about this, and Nicole, I think you and I talked about it for a little bit, too. I don't think Chris Buescher should be in the chase. Yes, I understand he won a race. Absolutely. but you need to be running consistently throughout the
I
season,
feel
and
the
he
same way.
hasn't been. And I get it, he's in not that great equipment compared to everybody else, and I commend him for doing as well as he has. But just because he got a win on a rain-shortened race doesn't mean he deserves to be in the chase.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like either my impressions of the chase, I feel like either we need to shorten the chase, have less, not shorten the length of time, but the amount of drivers in it cut down. Because I feel like we have a lot of kind of like useless drivers that kind of hang at the end that they have no chance. We kind of already know who the first four eliminated are normally, and I don't like that. Or they need to kind of put an asterisk on it that like your win has to come like solely like with no like cheating per se tied to it at the end or no range shortened. Like it has to be a fully run race.
Exactly. Not only that, but they also need to take into fact your average throughout the season. Because
Yep.
look at Chris Buescher. I'm sorry to call him out, but if Ryan was performing like Chris was, granted, Ryan has had some really bad races, but he's in good equipment. He just ends up at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I feel like it should be cut back down to 10 drivers and then maybe 20th in points should be the cutoff because
I think
30th is just way too deep in the standings. Like I get in a Kyle situation or a Tony situation, like they give those waivers and maybe that's more appropriate in those situations because those drivers do run consistently better, but then like this is just he's barely clinging on.
I saw nothing. Okay, yeah, our old chase format had a lot of problems. I will be the first person to admit that. But this new chase format has way more problems. You literally created holes for people to get in that don't deserve to be in. You're
Exactly.
telling me, and I hate to call her out, but Danica, if Danica miraculously, won a race, or, did well for once, anyways, if she won a race, she wouldn't deserve to be in the top or in the chase. I'm sorry. If Ryan was performing mediocre, like some of these people are that have won one race and are now have the ability to be in the chase. If he was performing like that, I would literally say he doesn't deserve to be in the chase. It's not
Exactly.
that I'm biased. It's not that, I favor certain drivers. I'm being honest. Fans don't want to see that. They don't want to see that, and NASCAR does not understand that.
A little bright light on the subject here. I don't think there were any penalties this week, but I could be wrong.
I don't
No,
think there were any
actually,
major
I did
penalties.
not see any
Did we
penalties.
have a
I
moment of
saw some of
silence or
the
something?
violations.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I'm pretty
I
sure
could
there were a
not
couple
find
minor
it.
violations.
There were what?
There were like the minuscule violations where they like count towards them losing a pit stall or something.
Oh, yeah. Bristol penalties, warnings announced. NASCAR's announced penalties. Hamlin, one total current warning. Kyle Busch had 4. Newman had 2. Truex Jr. had 3. All the teams received written warnings for failing pre-race laser inspection twice. The 18 team will lose their pit stall selection at Michigan due to having a 4th current warning. Logano's team received a written warning for failing pre-qualifying laser inspection twice, and that was it.
Okay, that's just ridiculous.
I think it's
Laser
interesting.
inspection.
I
Okay.
think it's interesting that they took what was I trying to say? That they took pit stall selection away from Kyle. They're not consistent with the punishment that you receive for failing whatever inspection you fail. They're not consistent with it. You can't give one driver a penalty for the same thing and then turn around and give another driver a different different punishment. That's not right.
Yeah. This whole
Yeah.
laser system is frustrating me in general.
Yeah, we agree.
Mhm.
You guys that out big time.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at right now, sprint car racing, it's thriving so much. And I think a reason it's thriving a lot is because it's not so held down by rules and inspections and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
some room for innovation for people to grow. And I think that's why our sport in even though in certain ways technologically it's changing, I don't think it's changing the healthy way it did like back in the 90s and the early 2000s where there was just brain power going behind these cars. Now if you have the slightest ding or dent after qualifying or practice or something, why are you getting penalized for that? Like I'm sorry, I've read
Right.
Well, what about them trying to stop drivers from doing burnouts after the race because they see that as a way of cheating and hiding things? You've got to be kidding me.
That was baloney. Pure baloney that they even brought that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What driver would do that? I'm sorry, I question Kyle Busch and I question Brad Keselowski and I question a lot of other drivers, but I don't think anybody would intentionally do that.
Yeah. The only time that we ever heard that was the one time Jimmy, like Chad said to Jimmy, like, hit the wall or something. But, like, that was an isolated incident. Why did, I think it was Denny that was brought up with?
Yeah.
When he won. Like, what the heck? No, he was excited. And guess, I want to see burnouts like that when I go to a race. I want to see a driver care that much and be that excited that they tires. I don't think they're doing something.
They don't listen to the fans.
We missed out on a burnout because Brad ran out of gas. And I said this to Kimberly last week. If you're going to dictate, winners not being allowed to do burnouts, what happens? Because fuel weight can change the weight of the car. So what happens if you have a bunch of drivers who pit with 2 laps to go, but your leader is running on fumes and miraculously wins the race? Hello, Brad Keselowski at Kentucky this year. Mm-hmm. His weight's going to be different in his car. It will make a significant difference.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to stop that?
Mm-hmm. And that's what's hard is because they've made so many rules and stipulations now, it's almost like it makes us pickier and makes us more upset when things aren't consistent because they care so much about consistency but never enforce it.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, but I literally just want to see their book of rules because
I know, they want to
pull out these numbers. Section 18, row 32-8654. I'm like, what are you doing? How do you know these numbers? I think you're just pulling random numbers out of you-know-where. And it's like, oh, this is a rule.
Like, our rule book should not be, like, 200 pages long at 10 font.
I shouldn't have to use Control F to find it.
Yep. It's probably this big book in some basement, you open up and it goes push with a big cloud of dust.
You know what I imagine it to be? I imagine it to be like the book from Hocus Pocus, like the spell book. I imagine it to be like that.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I just really wish they would like scrap things for a while or whatever. And like you were saying, Kimberly, about like they just don't listen to fans. I've been getting that like really frustrated with that lately too. Not to necessarily take us off topic, but like I'm going to Chicagoland in a couple weeks, and I'm specifically not buying truck and Xfinity tickets because I don't know everyone that's going to be in those races, and it's nothing against him personally, but if Kyle's in them, I'm not going. It's not worth my money and my time. And then I thought about that, and I got hate from Kyle fans, and I'm like, well, good for you. You can go to that, but I want to see a show of those younger guys.
Right.
And I'm really hoping that NASCAR I think they kind of spoke volumes this week when they announced that they're giving free tickets to all kids next season.
Yes.
Because the problem is, it's like, okay, I don't think that's going to increase their sales at all. I think it's going to decrease them because they don't need to buy the tickets. Because the thing is, there's so many fans like me right now that are like, I'll be in a different industry like me. I'd rather go shopping than watch something I've seen 200 times. I don't know why they've listened to that or changed that yet.
I'm contemplating driving down to Darlington just for the race on Sunday and driving home. Like, it's a 9-hour drive, but we're contemplating it right now because the only race I went to was Kentucky, and I was in the media.
Mm-hmm.
But we're contemplating it, and Thomas is like, do you want to get passes? And I was like, no. We'll just get spring club.
My first thought when they announced about the kids getting in for free, my first thought, guys, was, hey, they must be making more money from penalties. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking, can I pull off 12?
I got carded at a rated R movie, so I don't even want to hear it.
Ow.
Yeah, I was not happy.
You look your age. I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't feel like you look 12.
Yeah, I got carded to go see Sausage Party, apparently. I looked too young to be watching that movie. I was like, lady, you cry. We also got some interesting news this week. Junior's out for the next 2 races.
You need to pass out the brown paper bag.
I'm thinking, like,
That was out earlier. I had it out at work today.
yeah.
Okay.
Not good.
Like, I hate saying it, but I really do think what's going to be best for Junior at this
La
point.
la 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 la
I'm
la.
just,
I can't hear you.
this is why I say it, Emily. Though, listen to me. My worry is just because of how like bad his effects have been from this concussion, for it to be taking him out months of racing. I'm terrified about what might happen if he does get in another accident and does get another concussion.
I agree. I read an interesting article today. There's a NFL football player who has had so many TBIs that like he's losing his memory. So he's currently writing a book of all of his memories that he still has that are going strong on his head, so that his kids will have stories for them to grow up on. And I foresee that happening. I mean, it's crazy because Junior hasn't been in really bad wrecks recently, but if it's affecting you this much, maybe this is why they signed William Byron. I mean, Nicole, I commented on your Facebook today, and I'm sorry if I offended you. I did not mean
No,
to.
you didn't.
But between what Casey said, whatever he said that about how if he doesn't perform well, he'll leave Hendrick. He thinks that's the best thing for him. And Junior being sick, what were their intentions of signing Byron, really?
Yeah.
Because if you remember, that's why they signed Chase, to replace Gordon. So which driver is going to end up getting replaced?
Well, and for it to be so immediate in the middle of the season, like, especially because this is kind of crossing ties for William because he's at KBM. He drives a Toyota right now, and he announces at kind of an odd time of the season that he's going to a Chevy team and he's moving up to, like, it just seems a little odd. Like, and I mean, granted, good for Junior forward, but
Byron did drive for Junior, I think, earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. He drove for Junior for a little bit, but it's interesting. Why would they pick Byron instead of Alex Bowman?
Yeah, I'm very intrigued with what's going to happen, but yeah, that's a
Maybe
whole
they'll take both.
comments.
Oh, and don't even get me started. I think another driver needs to retire because he is far past his time on being on the track, especially with the comments he made at Bristol. But I won't go there.
Why am I drawing a blank? What are you talking about?
Matt Kenseth.
Oh, Matt ain't retiring for a long time.
Well, he needs to because I'm real sick of him.
What? Did I miss
In his post-race or in his post-rec interview, he's like, I don't know what Blaney was doing. Well, maybe the fact that Chase turned you and Blaney had nowhere to go because he had cars boxed around him.
That one made me pretty angry, though, with Ryan, too. I'm just like, really? People are getting mad at Ryan. Like, where was Ryan supposed to go?
Like, have you actually watched the full video, or did you only see what they showed you? I threw my remote at the TV. I was so mad.
Been there.
Yep.
He needs to retire. I think they should put Bubba in his car, but that's just me, my opinion.
We all love Bubba.
I am a Bubba fan.
I had a train of thought, but it left. I'll let y'all know when it comes back.
Sorry, I get really heated when when I think back to last week and I think of Matt Kenseth's stupid comment.
Oh, I remember. Did y'all watch Kyle Busch's comments?
Oh. See, that's what
I so hard. That was funny.
I remember him saying that, and I was just like, wait a minute. Like, I'm like, Kyle's at near retirement. That's why I was confused by you, Emily.
Oh, no. Oh my God. Like, they blatantly said, your crew chief told you had a parts failure, and you're like, yep, the 46 spotter's a moron. What? I think the reason people don't watch NASCAR anymore, I mean, I think, the true fans watch it, because they love it. But I think a lot of, younger fans only watch it to see what stupid thing is going to come out of his mouth next. Or out of Brad's mouth.
Yeah. I thought it was funny when Kyle insulted Brad. And I'm just like, well,
that was so funny.
Kind of the kiddo, come on, bro. You're kind of pretty dirty yourself, so I wouldn't be calling other people out on it.
It was kind of neat. He was kind of like, I kind of heard a real racer talking, you know what I mean? It's who? Pass that car. What you want?
So
was
wait, you
good.
guys know the video of Brad Kozlowski? I won't repeat it because we're trying to keep this a PG channel. But do you guys remember in 2010 when Brad Kozlowski said Kyle Busch is a blank during driver intros? So when they showed that video last weekend, Thomas's sister and her boyfriend were here, and those three had never seen it. So it comes on the TV, and literally this was their face. Like, did that just happen? I was like, that's mild, but yes, that
A
happened.
long time ago.
Yeah,
It's in the
take
past.
years.
You guys see Matt Benedetto? There we go. And his nice little Taylor Swift wig come out.
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
no,
That
God.
was so, like, interesting.
I don't know if interesting would be the right word. I mean, why?
I think that's his way of trying to get on TV a little bit and get sponsor recognition and stuff like that, try and stand out.
And that's how you get it?
That's how, well, he apparently did it the last time we were in Bristol earlier this year, too. I just don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, y'all stole a couple of my headlines. So, moving on.
Sorry. Oh, did you guys also see this week that Ty Dillon thinks he's ready for Cup?
I didn't see that.
Austin's barely ready for Cup.
I mean, not that he wouldn't be good, but doesn't he need to maybe win a Xfinity championship first or something?
Yeah. Well, see, my thing is like the whole mix with RCR right now. I mean, I don't envision him going elsewhere for a full-time ride. There's been some chat about Paul Menard going to, where was it? Penske, it was. And Ty.
I swear to God!
Right? That was my reaction. I was like, no. I said, this cannot happen. Because if they decide to start a full-time third team at Penske, it has to be Ryan. If it's
I
not
swear to
Ryan,
God, if they have been stringing Ryan along for the past how many years just to screw him over and not give him a full-time ride, I will raise you know what.
I know. I was very angry too. So the only way I can even
Really stop laughing.
The only way I could even justify that being a possibility would be if they were literally going to pull Paul over to just get him on as a full-time sponsor to get the team going, and then Ryan would jump on after if they could pull sponsorship when they prove the team. That's the only way I could think about it. But I'm like,
they could have the sponsorship now. Roger Penske just doesn't want to take on the extra work.
Yeah, I know. It's frustrating. I really wish Ryan would break out of that contract. Because it'd be really nice to see him, like, take over the 10 car or something like that. Like, he's got the talent to go somewhere else. Even the second Furniture Row.
Please don't curse him with that. Don't send him to Roush.
I didn't mean I meant Furniture Row. I'm sorry. I said I had FRR in my head, so I thought Roush Fenway. Sorry.
Don't wish that evil upon
Yeah.
But that Furniture Row car, that one, since they only plan on having Eric Jones for a year, that's going to be a hot commodity. That could be a Ryan. That could be a Casey. That could be a Kyle Larson. That could be multiple drivers.
I literally cannot believe that is the rumor going on right now, though. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
What? Oh, the Paul Menard one?
Yes, I'm trying not to lose my mind right now, but it is
surprised
really
you
hard.
didn't see it. But yeah, no, it's a solid rumor out there. But but the thing is, also Ryan Newman up for sale, kind of like he hasn't re-signed yet. Paul Menard's kind of up in the air, so RCR isn't really set. I feel like Richard's to the point that he wants to move Ty up, but at the same time, like I don't think he has the backing really yet. Even though I'm sure, I feel like Bass Pro Shops is gonna back off a little bit once Tony steps out.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna go more Martin Truex, and they're gonna because I'm pretty sure they're on Eric Jones' car too.
They're on Austin too, isn't they?
They're on Ty's car too.
They're on Ty's cars in other series, yeah. So I don't know how further they're gonna expand. They've never done full sponsorship on a car, so they have to make up for that loss for Ty too. And I don't know if they're willing to let go of Menard when he brings the Menard sponsorship. That's one of very few full sponsorships left in the sport. Granted, it's daddy's money, but
I do think it's also interesting that Hamlin was quoted saying that nobody has been talking to him.
see, that was interesting for me too because I was thinking, because the weird thing is he must have had like what Kevin Harvick had, where it was just like he had a 2017 or 2016 option. Denny must have had a 2016 option as well because his contract was listed as being up last year. So I thought when he announced his retirement, Denny was going to take his ride because Denny's kind of a Kevin at Gibbs where he gets really close to championships but never quite gets them. So I thought he was going to make a change, but now where is that option for him to make a change even if he wants one? Granted, do you want to leave Gibbs right now? I don't think so, but I don't think he's going to get a championship at Gibbs still. They can't. It's been how many years? They still kind of can't get him over the hump. So it's gonna. I feel like even though it doesn't seem like there's big hits on the market, I think it will be a very interesting Philly season, especially if we get a junior retirement.
It also will be really interesting to see what happens with Biffle because Biffle is not doing well at Roush.
Mm-hmm.
Not well at all.
I don't know if he's going to turn to retirement or if he's going to turn to attempting another team. It doesn't sound like he wants to retire by any means. But at the same time, will there be a team willing to pick up a 46-year-old? I mean, granted, teams picked up Mark Martin, but Mark Martin's a much different driver than Greg Biffle is.
It'll be interesting. I can't even fathom the possibility of a junior retirement, so we're just going to ignore that comment.
Oh, I don't think NASCAR can. I really hope in a way this almost kicked NASCAR in the butt and made them realize, like, we really need to stop depending on Junior on the level that we do.
Yes!
They rely on Junior for a lot, and they're going to take one heck of a hit in this sport when they retire. You know? And, I mean, at least with Jeff, there was kind of that transition to Chase where it was like, he's a young gun, most of his fans like Chase, stuff like that. So that one was a little smoother. But with Junior fans are pretty hardcore Earnhardt fans, and I don't see them turning to a Jeffrey Earnhardt.
No, because he hasn't proven himself.
Yeah, so I just kind of see a lot of them going poof. Or, I mean, they might grasp onto someone else. I don't know, but I really couldn't pinpoint where they go. And they keep putting Junior at the front of marketing materials and commercials and things like that. And I'm like, why do you do that? When you draw people in this sport, you should be getting them attached to the Ryan Blaney's, the Chase Elliott's, those young guns, to make those fans stick around for 20 years. Versus, let's get them attached to Junior because that's an easy sell, make $1 today. But whoops, Junior could be gone in a couple of weeks, a couple of years. And then we have no future. Like, I don't like that Brian France has this mentality of $1 today is better than $10 tomorrow. Like, that's getting very frustrating for me, and I think it's hurting the sport a lot.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking, I also think, you know, not to poke fun at other teams, but I think Penske's sort of selfish. I mean, to think about it, you only have 2 teams you put all your resources into. Not that that's not a bad thing, because, you know, you put more resources into 2 cars, you know, you're going to be better, of course. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, to me, I'm not a Penske fan whatsoever. I'm just thinking, you know, you know, like Hendrick or Gibbs, you know, they have 4-car teams, and yeah, they're doing great, and they're hurting a bit. Well, what is it about Penske? They just hang on to these 2 cars, when they have the resources, they could add more.
If you can run 6 cars in Indy, you can run 4 cars in NASCAR.
Exactly. Well, even more so for me, it's not even that it has to be 4. They should be at 3 at this point. Ryan has proven his commitment to that team.
Thank you.
Crap. In Xfinity, like when we were in Michigan and he got booted out of that car.
Oh my God, Nicole, do you remember my reaction?
Oh, you were stick up your butt the rest of the weekend. Like,
I mean, Ryan had literally tweeted about it multiple times in the couple months before Michigan, like, I'm going to be in the 22 car, I'm going to be in the 22 car. We get there, we hear that the 22 wins the pool. I'm so excited, and they say Joey Logano, and I'm like, what? You've got to be kidding me.
That's wrong.
Well, and what's disappointing about that, too, is, like, I guess that's my frustration. I really wish NASCAR would go and make a rule of drivers should be able to have, like, how we limited how they can compete for championships. Like, you define your series. All the drivers do that. You define which series you're running for the championship with, and then you get, like, 5 races to do outside the series in another NASCAR series, whatever it is, whether you want to do 3 Nation or Xfinity do 5 Xfinity, 2 truck, 5 truck, whatever it is. If they cut that down, granted we go through some growing pains, but those drivers in Xfinity, eventually they'd be doing really well where they'd get enough coverage where sponsors would want to sponsor them. And they wouldn't turn to the Cup guys. They know the Cup guys are an option, so of course they're going to pick them. When you pick a new gun, you don't know how they're going to perform over a Kyle Busch. No, that's just stupid if you do that. And I understand, but if you take the Kyle Busch option out and they're seeing a Ryan Blaney win every week, Ryan's not going to get kicked out of his car for Brad to get in because they know he can perform. They know he can go win. They know they're going to get seen on TV. So granted, like I said, it might be a growing pain, and we might have to adjust to sponsors like growing on to the younger guys, the new guys, to get them moving along. Like in the long run, I think that's going to be worth it because if you haven't noticed in recent years, like the rookies coming in are pretty weak because they don't have any exposure. They're not bringing in big fan bases anymore. They don't have like like I don't know. I hate saying all this stuff because it sucks to love a sport so much but hate it so much at the same time for so many reasons and have so much frustration in certain areas.
Definitely.
I concur.
Alright, Emily, can you pull yourself out enough to give us some track facts for our Michigan?
Yes, ma'am. Michigan is a super speedway, 2-mile D-shaped oval.
Where Ryan Blaney gets pulled out of his car sometimes.
What?
Where Ryan Blaney gets pulled out of his car sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not bitter still. It's okay. The banking in the turns is 18 degrees. On the front stretch, it's 12 degrees, and on the back stretch, it's 5 degrees. Pit road speed is 45 miles per hour. Winner of the June 2016 race was Joey Logano, because I'm so thrilled about that. August 2015 race was Matt Kenseth. Youngest race winner was Joey Logano at 23 years old. Ryan Blaney could win that. It could beat that this weekend. I'm just saying.
They could do.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he could beat. Yeah, he could. Okay. Sorry, I had to think how old I was because Ryan's 6 months younger than me, so I had to think. My bad.
Jake is 6 months older than me.
I know, right? 2016, June 2016 pool winner was Joey Logano. August 2015 pool winner was Matt Kenseth. They both won from the pool. Top 10 driver ratings at Michigan: Chase Elliott, Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, Biffle, Johnson, Logano, Stewart, Harvick, Keselowski, Kurt Busch. Hold please, still looking. Oh, do we want the whatchamacallit? The championship standings or no?
Sure. The doohickeys, the whatchamacallit.
The doohickeys? I can't with you. Anyways. So the doohickey.
It's a southern thing.
Oh no, I say it. I just can't believe you just said it.
Sounds weirder when you hear other people say it.
For most wins than by point standings: Keselowski, Busch, Harvick, Edwards, Hamlin, Johnson, Kenseth, Busch, Logano, Truex Jr., Stewart, Buescher, Dillon, Elliott, McMurray, Newman. Where is Ryan? Somebody tell me.
I think Ryan's like 22nd or something.
This is such bull.
That poor guy can't catch a break, so he's just been tanking. It's okay,
Well,
Casey.
he's in 20.
Welcome to the Bubble Boy life, Emily. I've been living the Bubble Boy life with Casey for 14 years. It's not a fun life to live, as you can tell.
I literally can't. Like, this is annoying.
Casey's literally never not been a Bubble Boy. Except for 2014 when he won at Atlanta. He's been a Bubble Boy every year, and being a Bubble Boy fan is not fun. Because you're never secure. And even if you get secure, like at this point, you don't really feel that secure because the chase starts in a couple weeks anyway.
Listen, what if Casey does leave Hendrick and, I hate to say it, Junior retires? Let's put Blaney in a Hendrick car and see what happens.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there are options out there. And Penske's going to lose him, and that's not going to be good because, I mean, granted, not saying like Brad and Joey are old, but I mean, like, why would you lose him, you know? Like, don't lose that. I mean, the fact that he's in a Wood Brothers car right now, and he's competing with like Chase pretty closely for Rookie of the Year, and I mean, Ryan's been in relative contention for the Chase most of the year. Like, he's just had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
We don't have crap for rookies coming in this sport right now. Like, don't lose him.
Listen, if I was Ryan and Penske decided to make a stupid decision, I would just take it back to the early 2000s and turn on Bye 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 from NSYNC and be like, peace, later.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking, actually, kind of the theme of my next article I'm working on is kind of an encouragement level. You know, Chase has not been doing well, newsflash, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, okay, I can make this a positive. So I started thinking about it, and like, for a rookie, he's doing great. I mean, true, he's had some bad luck, but he's doing pretty good for a rookie. I mean, and to be almost in the chase his rookie year, I mean, that is nothing to be mad about. I mean, he should really be proud of what he's doing. That's kind of my edge for my next article. I'm like, hey, he should be proud of where he's at.
Is he pretty secure in right now? I know he's lost a lot of points recently, but I feel, isn't he still like 30 points in?
Yeah,
Chase is in 14th.
How many points above 16th is he?
I can tell you that in a second. Hold on.
Because that's what I feel like everyone that's in is pretty solidly in at the moment. I don't think it's that close.
Sorry, I have whatchamacallit? I have J-Ski up at all times of the day. I stalk it, you know, because that's normal.
Where is it? Thingamajig. That's the other one.
Points. Here we go. Hold on. Wait a minute. Chase is in 12th. I lied. No, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Hold please. I lost it. Give me a second.
Tony's 11. Emily, are you struggling?
Yeah. I'm on the struggle bus today, okay? Okay. After you said something about Paul Bernard.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, that was just going to go downhill after that.
I'll send it your way.
Nicole, last week, or was it last week? I don't remember when it was. Probably last week. When I brought up the idea of Junior retiring and William Byron taking his place.
Can we stop talking about it? Chase is in 12.
But I'm sure you agree, though, Emily, the fact that, like, you'd rather see him be healthy and be able to see his kids grow up than get back at race car.
If he's even able to have kids at this point, he might be barren. Or
you do realize that most guys can knock people up until they're like in their 90s, right?
Listen,
Amy's
we're not gonna go there on how I feel about the whole situation of him getting married. Yeah. Okay. Chase is I can't do simple math in my head. He's well above 50 points of the cutoff. So it's fine.
Yeah. Chase is 13th, you said?
Well,
I think 12. He's like 13th. If you add
12.
No, it's overall points. That doesn't include because you have Tony. He'd be 14th then, yeah, because Tony jumps up there and Chris Buescher is, so that would push him to about 14.
He's still well above like 40 points though.
Yeah, just hoping no one else wins.
Ryan.
That's my biggest worry is I'm just like we could still pull out some winners. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ryan.
Everyone's a little on edge, even though like those guys might have a race cushion. That's what I feel bad about, like, Chase and Casey and that right now is they've had so much bad luck and the cars have fallen off so badly that they aren't in contention for wins at the moment.
It's unfortunate.
And we will move on to the picks for the week because I am picking Chase again this week because I have a good reason that last time at Michigan he led over 30 laps and I was really pissed that he didn't beat Joe Logano. But he's good at Michigan and Chase is my pick. Deal with it. Emily, who's your pick?
I feel like I jinx Ryan every time I pick him. Even though I do believe he could win Michigan. I won't pick him so I don't jinx him. So I am going to go with Junior.
Dark horse pick.
Not Junior. I lied because Junior's not racing.
He's gonna say
and that means I gotta find somebody new. God Dang it. Hey.
Like, duh.
Hold on, I need time to think. Let me think.
I'll go before you then.
Go.
I'm not going to put a name to it, but I'm picking whoever gets the poll. Because for some reason at Michigan, polls are winning.
Yes!
So I can't give you the name right now, but whoever wins the poll is my pick. Because that just always seems to correlate there for some reason. I mean, the speed there is like so important because it's such a fast track. So I'm going with the poll winner, whomever that ends up being. More than likely it's going to be someone I don't want to win, but nonetheless, I'll go with them.
Emily?
I don't know. Okay.
Just pick someone that's not Ryan. Pick Joey.
You're said and done.
No! Although he is the one that's in the back of my head, unfortunately.
I know, right? That's why I said the poll winner, and I'm just like, we're not going to say it's Joey. There's a good chance it'll be Joey, but I'm not going to say it.
I don't want it to
You
be
said
Joey. Fine. My pick is Joey. I'm not thrilled about this pick, though. I want you to know that I am miserable making this
But
pick.
think about it, though, because you always curse Ryan. Maybe you'll curse Joey.
Maybe, but we can only hope.
I wish that would work for us. Every time we pick someone, it just curses them, and then we can just, like, control everything.
The last 3, I've only picked Ryan 3 times this entire season, and every single time I've picked him, something bad has happened.
I picked Tony once, and he won. Just saying.
Well, can you pick Ryan then?
If he wins the poll, I picked him.
I can't.
wild card. So, in other news, before we wrap things up here, okay, I'm jumping a little ahead here, but Darlington will be after Michigan, so that'll be pretty cool. Be throwback week. So
Love me some Darlington.
maybe next week we'll have to do something different and talk some history. Plus, of you know what NASCAR was like before all this junk.
Before they decided to ruin everything.
Before they decided to measure things with lasers.
We'll do pictures that we'll do a scroll with pictures from the past with set to sentimental piano music, and we'll just cry the whole broadcast.
I'm excited for Ryan's car that weekend.
Seriously though, yeah, we have some awesome paint schemes. I mean, even Chris Buescher's.
Yeah.
Looking pretty cool and stuff.
What about the
other day?
That's throwback for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, have we covered all our bases? Let's do a reverse rain dance. You don't need rain again this weekend. All in favor, say aye.
Michigan.
It's gonna rain in Road America.
It's Michigan. So, based on our experience in Michigan, a reverse rain dance isn't gonna help you. There's just a black cloud over that track.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, the haunting memories of Michigan. Oh my gosh, like I cannot describe to all of you the experience that Emily and I had at Michigan. Holy!
I can confirm that Nicole does not like to camp.
I do not.
She's not a camper.
I ended up in a hotel and it was beautiful. So, and I met Casey and I hugged you afterwards. You were my good luck charm. It only took 13 years.
I know. Did you just text me?
Yes, I did.
Why?
What happened?
Oh, Emily froze.
Where did you text her?
It's not okay to go on air.
No, it is not okay to go on air.
Alright, get it together. Alright. So, we got Michigan coming up this weekend. Our picks were who?
The poll.
The poll. And we got Alright, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nicole, for joining us. We really enjoy having the third voice on here. Sometimes it can get boring rabbit trailing between us two. So thank you, Nicole.
I'm sorry I bored you, Kimberly.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm saying you keep the conversation going. You know, it's rude. You know, 3 ways better than 2 ways. 2 is great.
You don't bore anyone, Emily.
Whatever.
Believe me, it's still awesome when it's 2. Believe me. So thank you, Nicole, for joining us.
Or believe me, because I think you're saying Blaney, so I need you to, like, enunciate your words.
Right, it's just your imagination working. Alright. Thank you everyone for joining us this week on another edition of the Burnout. Thanks to Nicole for joining us. Hopefully she'll be back more in the
I hope
future.
so.
Alright. Thank you all for joining us. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're everywhere. So check us out. Go to NASCARFemale.com. Read the latest articles from our ladies about your favorite driver, and we will be back here next Thursday night, 8:30 Central Time. Same place, YouTube, Google Hangout. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Therefore, you will know when we go live. So, thanks you all for joining us, and y'all have a great night.
Night, y'all.
Bye.